The whisper came again, thin and sharp as a razor, just at the edge of his hearing. "He's coming for you, Leo." Leo slammed his hand against the dusty window pane, the old wood rattling under the force. Outside, the fog that perpetually clung to the town of Oakhaven seemed to press against their house, a thick, milky shroud that swallowed the last glimmers of the moon. He could barely make out the gnarled silhouettes of the ancient oaks lining their street, each one a monstrous, skeletal hand reaching into the inky blackness. Beside him, Maya, her face pale and drawn, clutched a worn teddy bear. Her eyes, usually sparkling with mischief, were wide with an unnatural fear. "Did you hear it, Leo? That wasn't your voice." A chill that had nothing to do with the late autumn night snaked down Leo's spine. He'd been trying to reassure his little sister, telling her it was just the wind, just the old house settling. But that whisper, it hadn't been from the house. It had been inside his head. "It's just the house, Maya," he lied, his voice sounding hollow even to his own ears. He tried to project a calm he didn't feel, rubbing her shoulder. "Go back to bed. I'll stay up a bit longer." But Maya didn't move. Instead, her head tilted as if listening to something far away. A faint, almost imperceptible melody drifted through the dense fog, a haunting lullaby that made the hairs on Leo's arms stand on end. It was the same tune the town's older kids had warned him about, the one that lured children into the night. "No," Maya breathed, her eyes now fixed on something beyond the window, something hidden in the swirling mist. Her voice was flat, devoid of its usual childish lilt. "He wants me to come out and play." Before Leo could react, before he could grab her, Maya slipped from his grasp. Her small feet padded silently across the worn floorboards, a strange, ethereal grace in her movements. She reached the front door, her fingers hovering over the ancient brass knob. The lock, always stiff, seemed to yield without a sound. Leo lunged, his heart hammering against his ribs. "Maya, stop!" But it was too late. The door creaked open, revealing nothing but the impenetrable wall of fog. As Maya stepped into the oppressive mist, the eerie lullaby swelling around her, a faint, almost invisible silhouette flickered in the swirling whiteness. A tall, gaunt figure that seemed to coalesce from the fog itself. It reached out a hand, not to grab Maya, but to beckon her. Leo stood frozen, the cold night air rushing into the hallway, carrying with it the scent of damp earth and something else, something metallic and vaguely sweet. The figure turned its head, and for a fleeting instant, Leo felt a pair of impossibly old, dead eyes pierce through the fog, directly into his soul. A shiver of pure, unadulterated terror seized him. Then, the door clicked shut, leaving Leo alone in the sudden, echoing silence. Maya was gone. Leo's family, the Millers, had arrived in Oakhaven just 3 weeks prior, chasing a fresh start. His dad, Mark, a software engineer, had been offered a dream job with a remote tech company that promised an idyllic, small-town life. His mom, Sarah, an artist, had been drawn to the town's rustic charm and the promise of quiet inspiration. Leo, at 14, and his spirited 6-year-old sister, Maya, had been less enthusiastic. Moving from the bustling city to a town barely a dot on the map felt less like a fresh start and more like a punishment. Oakhaven was nestled deep in a valley, surrounded by ancient forests and perpetually shrouded in a mysterious fog that rolled in with the evening mist. The houses were old, made of dark wood and stone, their windows like vacant eyes peering out from under heavy brows. The town square featured a crumbling clock tower that hadn't chimed in decades, and a statue of the town's founder, perpetually weathered and melancholic. From their first day, an uneasy quiet settled over them. The townsfolk were polite, but distant. Their smiles didn't quite reach their eyes, and conversations often ended abruptly when the topic of children came up. Leo had quickly discovered why. He'd met a few kids his age, siblings, Liam and Chloe, who lived a few doors down. Liam, a lanky boy with an intense gaze, and Chloe, his fierce younger sister, were the first to break the unspoken rule. Kids go missing here, Liam had said, his voice low, as they explored the derelict old mill on the edge of town. Always at night. They just vanish. The old folks say it's the fog man, Chloe added, clutching her brother's arm. He walks in the fog, sings a song, and takes the children who listen. Leo, a city kid who prided himself on logic, had scoffed. Ghosts? Seriously? There has to be a real explanation. There isn't, Liam insisted, his eyes serious. The police searched. Parents searched. Nothing. No footprints. No strage. Just gone. He gestured vaguely towards the dark woods. It happens a few times a year, always when the fog is thickest. The first night in their new house, Maya had woken up crying. I heard a song, Leo, she'd whispered, her voice trembling. A beautiful song, but it made me feel cold. Leo had dismissed it as a dream, a result of new surroundings. But the unease had started to settle in. His parents, still wrapped in the excitement of their new life, had only chuckled. It's just the wind, sweetie, his mom had said, stroking Maya's hair. Old houses creak. But as the days bled into weeks, Leo started to notice things. The way Mr. Abernathy, their elderly next-door neighbor, always seemed to be watching their house, his roomy eyes following Maya's playful movements in the yard. The hushed conversations among adults in the general store that stopped dead when he entered. The heavy, almost palpable silence that descended upon the town after sunset. The children of Oakhaven, even the older ones, had an unnatural solemnity. They rarely played outside after dusk. Their laughter seemed muted, their games lacking the wild abandon Leo was used to. It was as if a piece of their childhood had been stolen, leaving behind a subtle, pervasive melancholy. One afternoon, Liam and Chloe showed Leo the missing wall in the town hall, a faded corkboard covered with yellowed flyers. Each flyer bore the smiling face of a lost child, some dating back years. Jessica Evans, age 8. Last seen October 12th. Daniel Green, age 7. Disappeared September 3rd. The dates were always in autumn or late summer, and every single child had been under 12. No one ever comes back, Chloe had said, her voice barely a whisper. Now Maya was gone, and the whispers in his head, the terrifying figure in the fog, the chilling lullaby, it all coalesced into a horrifying reality. The Fogman wasn't just a legend, and it wasn't after other children anymore. It was after his sister,